All right, guys. So in this video, we're going to talk about how the workspace a little bit. So InDesign, typically, this is the workspace. It's going to have the ruler up at the top. That's what these are. The cool thing about the ruler is you can pull it out. Like if you had multiple pieces, you can reset the ruler. You just double click on this corner to reset it. You can actually pull all I'm doing is I clicked in this corner and I dragged out, and you can pull out the ruler, and you can decide. See, right now the zero is set at 0, which is the edge of the page. You can set it at the margin if you wanted to. Why not? Look at that, and you'll see that the ruler will reset. I'm going to go ahead and double click up here. Anytime, you don't have to worry, because anytime you do that, you can always reset the ruler up here. So this is one of my, I have a lot of favorite features, but I do use this a lot. I just find it really cool and really easy, and I'm just so excited I can do it, so I do it. So but that's with the ruler. If you wanted to just pull out guides, you can just click in here, and you'll see like whatever color of the layer is, that's what color the guide is going to pull out. Speaking of that, since I mentioned it, if I go over here to where layers is, matter of fact, let me reset real quick. Okay. But if I want to see my layers, right now it's default at essentials. I have like these, this is the workspace area. So I have these different workspaces that I can work in, like advanced, book. Since we're going to be creating a book, we're probably going to be in the book workspace. But just note that there are other ones. There's interactive PDF. That's a really good workspace if you're doing anything with interactivity. There's printing and proofing, and review, topography, and stuff like that. But if you ever need to reset your workspace, which is what I needed to do, you could just go down to Reset Essentials, and it'll reset the workspace for you to the default workspace. Now, I'm actually going to switch to Essentials Classic real quick, and this is just so that I don't have to pull out panels, but you can pull out panels super easily. I'm going to click to Essentials Classic just for a second, just so I can show you this. So I'm going to go to Layers panel, and inside of the Layers panel, you will see this guide right here? This layer that I'm on has a color. So it's very color coded, which is awesome. It is going to help you. You will always know what layer you are on if you look at these colors, okay? So right now the guides are red because I'm in the layer that is blue. You can see the color here on the edge, and you can see the dot here. If I hit the plus and I get another color, and now I click and I highlight that layer, you'll always know what layer you're on because you'll see the pen. And I bring out a guide. Now you're going to see that the guide is red. Another thing about the guides, right now I'm doing what's called a page guide. But if I want a document guide, all I have to do is go outside of the page, and you'll see that that line will extend to the entire document in the workspace. Okay, so these are the two guides that I have for you, and this is the layers real quick. And so another thing real quick, I'm running out of time. So I have this over here, this is your tools panel. And these are tools that you're going to use inside of the program. You're going to see that this menu up here is context sensitive, and that just means that it's going to change based off of whatever you have selected. Right now we have guide selected. So the cool thing about this, if you knew exactly where you want your guides to be, you can click on the Y and you can make changes. And it's an XY axis. So if we had a vertical guide, you would see the X-axis because it's moving left to right. If right now we have horizontal guides, so you're seeing the Y-axis because it's moving up and down. All right, so if I wanted to change this, let's just say I wanted to put this at, I don't know, 12, I would, and you would see that it made a little shift and it moved a little bit. I could go get a little crazy, just so that you can see, okay? So you can make changes in there. You can also do math in there. We'll talk about that later. But again, so these are your tools panels. We'll talk about the specific tools later. These are your palettes or panels over here. It used to be called palettes, now it's panels. Over here, this is the Essentials Classic, which is the mode that I'm in at the moment. And you will see that you have all of these little palettes for you to do different things in. So that's pretty cool. The CC libraries, this is your libraries of everything that you have, and it follows you along in the cloud. So I'm going to stop the video here. I will see you guys in the next video where we'll go a little deeper. Still beat the buzzer.